Hey guys, whenever I buy an old bike, the first thing to do, I think, is to do a general maintenance check, make sure that everything's all right, and then just change all the fluids. So the engine oil and the brake fluid and the shock oil. Now there are hundreds of videos on the web about changing engine oil and bleeding the brakes and changing the brake fluid. I've already done that, so I'm not going to do a video on that. That's pretty simple, anyone can do it. There are quite a few videos on changing fork oil for a 97 as well on the web, so I'm not going to do a complete video about that. But just basically what I did is, while the bike's on the ground, loosen up all the bolts, just finger tight so that you don't need to jerk around the bike while it's on the lift. Then lift up the bike. The front wheel needs to be off the ground so that the springs are fully extended. And basically just undo the bottom drain out. Weirdly enough, this bike had two different fork oils on the left and the right hand side, which is very, very odd. One of the tricks that I picked up doing vintage motorbikes is there's always a gasket washer on this bottom drain plug. And I live in a country where we don't get imperial washers anymore, so we would need to import imperial washers. But these copper washers are reusable. What you need to do is you need to heat it up red hot, dunk it in a little bit of water, cold water, and it makes it soft again. And then this is as good as new. Hey, my workshop assistant. Hey, little guy. Are you looking at what's going on here? Hey, you like my bike? Hey, I love my dogs. All right, so anyway, so you heat this up red hot, dunk it in some cold water. It makes the copper very, very soft, and you can use it again. So then this will go back on there. This will be assembled to the bottom. I'd measure out the fork oil for a 97. It's 340 mils on each fork. I'd loosely tighten it, or just hand tighten it with not too much force because the bike is still on the jack. Fill up the forks, close up everything, jack it down, and then torque everything, and the job's done. 10-minute job. Anyway, short video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Something different.